develop solutions. You can do your part, too, by taking simple steps to make your home more energy efficient. Because together, we have the power to make a difference.
This message brought to you by Cumberland Electric Membership Corporation.
Hey friend, I'm Gary Castro with Tribute Quartet. Download the WSGI app for iPhone and Android and listen anytime from anywhere. 1100 WSGI, Springfield, Tennessee, God's Informer.
One street over there's a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold, but things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Time gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, hello. Let's get on into it. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and this is One Street Over. What's going on? One street over from where you living. We have to always quote our wonderful county mayor, Mayor Billy Vogel. County Mayor Billy Vogel, he says, we are so blessed, U-Turn, because we get to live and work in Robertson County. And I know that my guest today will absolutely say amen and hallelujah to that, because they are some of my fellow coworkers in Robertson County Schools. And this is one of my favorite days because I get to talk with some of the principals around the area. And I've got Amanda Miglore. We were just discussing. I always like, okay, how do we say the names? And I don't know, for some reason it just looked different to me. And it's like, now that, like you said, when you really look at it, it's like, oh, Glory, Miglore. It's not that hard.
It's a long E. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And you are with Kreisel. Mm-hmm. And so how long have you were here last year. Yes. So we were doing all the revisits here. So you were here last year. What grades are at Kreisel?
We have pre-K through 5th grade.
Pre-K, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. How many kids enrolled?
303.
Wow, fun stuff. How long have you been there?
This is my 5th year, so I'll be completing my 5th year.
You're so young. And your 5th years, how long have you been in admin? How long have you been principal?
I've been a principal for 5 years. Before that, I was an assistant principal for 4, and then I taught for 8 years and was an academic coach. So this is year 18 for me.
God bless you. You just came right out of college and just hit the ground running, didn't you?
I did.
So are you a Robertson Countian by heart?
No, I grew up in Chicago, up north.
Oh.
Came down here.
All right. Well, see, my husband, we may have had this conversation about my husband. We go through Chicago all the time. We're going to Upper Peninsula. Okay. Because we go to Wisconsin and make a right. Yep. We go to Green Bay and make a right and go into the Upper Peninsula, and that's where my husband's from. And so we understand the North very well. When did you get south?
After college. So I was hired at Springfield Middle School and stayed there until I moved to Kreisel.
How fun. Mm-hmm. See, I just love having these conversations and getting these backstories because it's always fascinating to see how you get there.
Sure.
So you were just looking across the country for a job.
I had family down here, so after
Okay,
college,
so it was an
moved.
easy fit. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Where'd you go to school?
Illinois State.
Okay. Well, welcome to Tennessee.
Thank you.
Don't you just love it?
Yes, I do.
Isn't it just
It
wonderful?
It's beautiful. Every morning when I drive to Chrysler, you turn right there at Travis Price, and it's just so pretty. Every
It is
morning.
just beautiful, beautiful. Well, very cool. So we got a little bit of your backstory, and you've been, you said you went to Springfield and you went to Chrysler after how many years?
I was at Springfield Middle for 13 years.
13. Wow. So that's how we were talking about how she knew my friend Muriel because her kiddo was at IA whenever it first started making its
Yes.
transition, right?
Before it changed over fully to Innovation Academy after I left, but we had started that program while I was there.
Very cool. What was that like?
It was a journey.
Yeah.
It really was. I was really grateful for leadership of Dr. Bell, just having that courage and that just consistent determination to create this for our students.
Because you were an assistant principal there. Okay. Well, that's fascinating because education is a fascinating field. It really is. And when you get into it, as I walked in the door, I was talking about SSQI. And if you're a CTE, you know what I'm talking about. I know, Carla, I'm working on it. I'm trying. Yeah. This is so hard to get. People don't realize the paperwork that goes into every single class that there is, and everybody's like, "Well, we need to fix that. We need to," and it's like, "Well, this is the thing you've built, and so until you change it, this is the game we're playing, and this is how it works." And so, for the funding that we need to take care of this, and this, this paperwork's got to be done. We're doing a thing right now with our deal today is our follow-up surveys where we're like, okay, where are the kids that we taught? State wants to know if what you're doing is effective, and I get that. But when you're trying to get your curriculum together and you're trying to get all these things done, teachers, this is why teachers have summers off, because when we're in session, it is nonstop. I mean, I talked to Muriel yesterday, and I told her, I said, I'm exhausted. And she said, it's going to get worse before it gets better at the end of the year. I'm like, shut up.
It is.
You know?
It's a wild ride at the end of the year. There's just a lot of buzz in there. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's fun.
It's just excitement.
It's good tired.
It is.
It's
It
good
absolutely-
exhaustion.
yes,
But if
it's
you
a
have a
good time.
teacher in your world and you're like, you're getting ready to get the summer off, quit whining how tired you are. Shut up. You have no idea. Because you love these kids
Yes.
and you want to be involved.
Well, we do a lot of summer learning too. I know
Yeah.
we are having summer school. It's summer learning camp, so that will take place pretty much the whole month of June.
Is that going, and that's happening at Chrysler?
Every school, I believe, I don't know if every school is hosting, but every school is inviting.
Okay.
So flyers have gone out. There's a QR code. In the past, we have sent home paper forms,
Okay.
but this year it's all digital. So
Okay. Well, that's interesting because now is Chrysler going to host? Mm-hmm. You are hosting. Yes. Okay. So, because I know post-COVID, after COVID, every school had their own. Because when I first got on staff at Greenbrier, we had summer school happening in our building. And I guess we did last year too, but it's just not every school does have it physically. Sometimes we did at least last year. That was the case.
As long as you have enough students that sign up, and we typically do.
Yeah. All those kids want high school. The little goofballs have been like, "I just go to summer school." It's like that's not a good plan.
No.
But there are some of them. You're going to always have the little knuckleheads.
Yes.
I'm sorry, the stray sheep. Or Dr. Bell.
Is that what he said?
Right? Yeah. He's like, "Don't call them knuckleheads." And I got that from Judge Joel Perry. So anyway, but you just have kids that just they. I had one that was late. I mean, through high school, he drove his teachers nuts, and he's brilliant and served in the military and did all the things, and is doing fabulous. And that's why you've got to these kids that just challenge you. You got to stay with them because they're going to be okay.
Absolutely.
If you won't give up on them.
Absolutely.
And too many people give up on these kids, and man, we need you not. So at Chrysler, right here, we're nearing. We have EOCs in the high school. You guys have, it's called something different.
TCAP.
TCAP, that's right. So it's TCAP, and of course you've got the third grade test thing that's like pass or fail kind of thing that is a big old stressor. I've got a third grader.
Okay.
My grandson, my oldest grandchild, is third grader. out in Mount Juliet. I mean, he's out in the Mount Juliet area, but that's a stress because it's a lot of, it's like, hey, are you going to get the grades you need to not have to go to summer school?
It is. It can be, definitely. I have spoken to several third grade parents and just tried to ease their minds, and the district and our school have really created a lot of pathways. So even if they don't score proficient, the promotion law is every third grader needs to be proficient or exceeding on the reading portion of TCAP. Because they say, third graders have to be reading at grade level to be successful moving forward. And it's true, but like I said, there's pathways. So if a child doesn't meet it, there's some other opportunities to test. There's summer school, and then there's tutoring. So I don't anticipate holding really anybody back because we definitely have a lot of layers of support in place.
That's wonderful. And that's reassuring to parents. And I talking to my kiddos that are parents of the third grader, that's kind of the mark we've been getting to, and he's doing great. I don't anticipate him not doing well, but some kids don't test necessarily well, and so you can have a kid that is brilliant, but they get in front of a test and it freaks them out.
Yep, you put a time limit on it,
and they're just like, and God bless them. That's real. That's real. That's a stressor, and so you have to help them work through that.
Yes, we thankfully we take benchmarks, which they're designed to be predictors for how they're going to do on the TCAP test. So we take them 3 times in the fall, winter, and spring. And we tried really hard to mimic what TCAP will look like, putting the kids in the same groups with the same people, really setting the tone. So hopefully by the time they get to the TCAP test this month, now that we're in April, that it won't be brand new, it won't be scary, and they've kind of experienced it before.
So when does it hit for you guys? The date exactly?
Tuesday, the 21st is our first day of testing.
Okay. Well, that's when the window opens for EOCs too.
Sure.
And so we have, tomorrow's the last day for field trips, district-wide too, because the reason why is because we don't want kids out of class as you're preparing for that testing period. And so there's so many field trips. And
elementary, the window goes to like May 15th, so that's only probably for high school.
Oh, so you can, really? Even so they can go. What do you mean? The window for field trips till May 15th?
For us, yeah.
So they can be out whenever they're doing testing?
Well, I don't let them schedule any during TCAP tests.
But they could go all the way up until TCAP? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, that's a little bit better because I can imagine I was supposed to have had a field trip tomorrow and we just can't secure a bus. And so there's just not enough. I'm assuming there's just not enough transportation. So, and the weather's not awesome for the next few days. So we're like, we're just going to do it after TCAP. We're going to do it after, I'm saying TCAP, after EOCs. Right. Okay. So what do you want everybody to know about your school?
I feel like one of the biggest things that I just feel so proud of this year is our team collaboration. Our scores were not where we wanted them to be last year, and so we kind of buckled down and did some reflecting, and I feel like we have some really intentional strategies in place, and I want to shout out my 4th and 5th grade team. On our benchmarks, they are either meeting our AMOs or exceeding the double AMO, so
awesome.
We are predicting to get there. I feel like we kind of just have everything falling into place this year. Our intervention groups are very intentional. We have a homework page that's going home weekly. So parents, if you're listening, please work with your child. That's one of the biggest components of success. It's a 3-person team to help your child be successful: the student, the parent, and the teacher. And we have great parents. I will say, we had a rezone last year. And so we got a lot of new families, a lot of new faces, and I thought, oh gosh, we're going to have to rebuild, but we really haven't. They've just kind of fallen into place and really just jumped in, and they've been great. So
I love it.
But yeah, attendance and reading with your child, those are the 2 biggest things that, are obstacles for us sometimes. So just really, really proud. And we had the Robertson County Teacher of the Year as one of my 5th grade teachers,
there you
Amanda
go.
Connor. So
that is wonderful.
Yes.
That's exciting to celebrate.
Absolutely. I feel so proud of my teachers, and I hope that the TCAP results are where they're predicting because they have worked their tails off and they deserve it.
Outstanding. So, well, hats off to them. It's the extra work that you do with the kiddos and all the things, it pays off. And just conversations that we have our, what we call a PLC meetings. And when we sit and talk and kind of, well, I'm having this experience, and it's that team building. And if you don't have that team within your school, you see where it falls apart. You really do.
We had a job fair yesterday, and any candidate that I spoke to, I said, if you're the type of teacher who wants to just go in your room and be left alone, let me do my thing, and you may be a great teacher, Chrysler's not the place for you, because we are very team oriented. We rely on each other. This is not a job that just any one of us can do alone. So I think that we really truly have that aspect at Chrysler right now, and it's working. I'm seeing the changes right before my eyes. So seeing where we were in August to where we are with our teams is really amazing.
I love it.
My academic coaches are just phenomenal, and they work with them 3 days a week, plus no more than that. I know they do. So I'm lucky. I've got a really great team in place.
I love it. And did you find, as far as you were talking about the job fair, and we did have the big job fair over at Central Office yesterday, and I always like to ask principals, where are you as far as staffing? Because at this point, you should kind of know who's retiring, right?
Yes.
So what kind of openings are you going to have at Chrysler? And tell everybody where Chrysler is located so they know the if it's something they might be interested. Oh, that's in my, so talk to them about the location and what you have open.
Sure. So Chrysler is located, it's Highway 49, and you're going out towards Cross Plains. So we call it our little gem in the country. It's a smaller school, which gives us the opportunity to really get to know kids and families really well. But it's a nice in between Springfield, Cross Plains, White House. We even have some teachers who teach who live in Kentucky and come teach. So it's a pretty good location wise. And right now I have a third and fourth position open that I'm looking to fill. And at the job fair, I will tell you, there was not a dull moment. I went from 1 to 6 meeting with people, which is good. That's great.
That's great.
For a while there, we had some really scary teacher shortages, and so it was really nice and really hopeful. The county has a Grow Your Own program. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yes, I'm quite familiar.
So you can work as an assistant while you're in school learning to be a teacher. So the normal path, like I went, was you go to school and then your last year you student teach. But you're in this program, you're in the classroom all 3 years, and you're applying what you're learning every day.
I think it's a great way. That's one of the conversations my husband and I both coming out of the private industry and being CT, career and technical education. He said something to his students the other day. He is an excellent teacher. He's just a natural. And he was like, I wouldn't mind going and learning to teach. Nobody's ever really taught me to teach. And one of them said, you're one of my best teachers. And he was like, yeah. But still, that process of learning to teach. To this day, there's mistakes I made just in the last couple of weeks, simple things that if I'd been in the classroom while I was learning, would have been priceless. Absolutely priceless. So when you talk about the Grow Your Own program, did you see a lot of those kind of candidates?
There are 19 Grow Your Own graduates this year.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And
I don't know the numbers in the past, but they were not close to that.
So those are people that need placement. In jobs. Do we have enough jobs for them in the county?
I think that they will come about. It's still kind of early.
Yeah.
It's that time where things are starting to happen. So I'm confident they'll be there. Yeah.
19 Grow Your Own. That's amazing.
I'm hoping some of you guys are watching.
Okay. That's really cool. And they're graduating. They're ready to go into the classroom. Wow. Now, are some of those high school or are they primarily elementary?
I believe the program does K-5 license. And there's also some special ed pathways.
Gotcha. So I didn't realize, Grow Your Own does not apply in the high schools?
I don't believe so, but...
Well, that's okay, because a lot of the high schools require you to... What is the test you have to take to... teach English? You have a test.
It's a praxis test.
Thank you. I couldn't think of the word because I didn't have to take that because I'm out of the career and that's what my degree is in as well. So, but... My friend is when my husband and I started talking about we're retiring into teaching. We retired to teach, and so I have my sweet friend Chris Valines over at Greenbrier, who was like, "I'm going to do that," and then he did English, and I'm like, "Oh, that's like a tested subject, Chris."
Right.
And Mr. V, as the kids call him, and he did the praxis and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, you go. I love it. That's a lot, man. That's a lot to take on, but you can do it. And he proved you can do it right there. So I love it.
It is.
So
I think the pathway is elementary because it's a K-5 general license,
Gotcha.
whereas middle school it'd have to be geared towards, math, English.
Gotcha.
And you have to take certain praxis, but for the
It's
K-5,
general ed.
it's just you take the general ones, yeah.
but I think it'd be so much fun to work with the youngins. Oh, I love it.
It is.
I know it's got to be.
There's never a dull moment. They are honest. They humble you. But, my favorite thing is standing there in the morning. I get to, cross paths with someone with every child that passes through the door in the breakfast line and just getting your eyes on them to say, are they having an okay day? And making sure if they need a hug or if they're crying, we're just right there. So
Love it.
I do. It's my favorite time of the day, just to start off your day with hugs and they're so excited to see you. It doesn't matter what the day is. They really are happy to be there. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's just wonderful. So how big is your staff then? How many teachers have you got?
Total we have about 60, but that includes all of our support staff, cafeteria, everybody.
Okay.
So
That's all the staff. So what does the end of the year look like? So we've talked about the TCAP testing, and we know that parameters and things, but when we've talked about summer school, what are your end of the year events? What are some summer events and things you want to make sure parents know about, maybe that they're invited to, or they just need to be aware of? So get your kids ready for it.
Yeah. So I started this last year because we had so many different award ceremonies, and it was really hard for parents to take off work, if they have a kindergartner and a second grader, twice in 1 week.
Right.
So I decided we do open house at the beginning of the year. We're going to do close house.
I like that. That's
And we
great.
did it last year, and it was really great. It's pretty much just like open houses where the parents just come in. You can go visit any of your classrooms, and there's usually awards. End of the year, some of the younger grades will make portfolios, and at the end of the year, they get to bring their book of work home. So it's just a really nice way to just have one final get together and just be in your kids' classrooms, talk to your child's teacher, things like that. And
That's a wonderful idea. So what is that an evening thing, a day thing? How
May
does that work?
May 13th, 4 to 6.
May 13th, 4 to 6. But now that's a couple of weeks before, or is that a full week or
That is the week before the last week.
a week before the last
We
week?
tried to be very intentional with other graduations going on. So
Yeah.
it was hard. We kind of, there's
You're
not
looking
many
at
options.
graduations. I think our graduation's on the 18th.
Yes.
So that's a good date because that will work. So in the time on it again,
4 to 6.
that's good. You get them out in time for church.
Yep.
Time for church night, because that's
It's a Wednesday,
you're from Chicago, so I
I've
imagine
learned.
the first time you got down here and you're like, church night, what's that? Because
I've learned.
because this is the Bible Belt. That's hysterical.
That's what we said. And, there's
Yeah.
a lot of ball games going on.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
yeah.
thought 4 to 6 was a good time.
Yeah,
If
for sure.
if you need to come early, later,
Yeah,
it's-
exactly.
It's open. So.
But that's wonderful. And so are you going to do, it's going to be, you say you do awards and things. Will you just do them within the
They
class?
just do them in the classroom, yeah. And we still
Gotcha,
have a
gotcha.
kindergarten celebration and a pre-K promotion, a little
Okay.
ceremony. But
when will that happen? Is that during the day or will that
yes,
be?
it's the last week. I don't know the date off the top of my head on my
gotcha.
calendar, but it is the last week of school, and
That-
it'll be during the day.
And that'll be one you'll just have to, because I know I've had to take time off to go to my grandkids thing.
Only one we're doing during the day.
Yeah, and that's good. And honestly, those that I imagine your fellow teachers that have kids that are scattered, they appreciate that too because they're I've the teacher that shares an office with me. His kiddos, every now and then he's like, "Hey, my daughter's this or my son's this," and I'm like, "Yeah, go. That you don't want to miss those things."
It's important that my teachers get to do this. We have a lot of teacher kids in our school.
Yeah.
So I'm always, hey, cover the class so you can go down to do this. And
Yes.
it's important to be a part of those. Those are one in a lifetime things. So
Do you have you do have quite a few teachers that have their kiddos at Chrysler? That's wonderful.
It
What a
is.
beautiful experience.
it is. It's so nice. My daughter, when I moved there, she was in 4th grade. So she came with me just for 2 years. And I thought, I wish would have done this the whole time through kindergarten.
So where is she now?
She's at South Haven, yes.
Okay, very
county.
good, very cool. And so she's getting all grown up. I was going to say she'd been
No,
there.
she'll be a freshman next year.
Woo,
I
let's
know.
go.
It's crazy. I can't believe it.
I love to remind all my. Let's see, what is it today? I think today, if you have a senior, and shut your ears if you don't want to hear this. If you have a senior, they only have 26 days left in their high school careers. Counting today, we keep the count because we do the news
Sure.
3 days a week, and so we kind of keep a count on it. And yesterday, I had Patrick. Was it Patrick? Oh no, it was David Evans from Springfield Baptist. His daughter is graduating.
She
Yeah, and so I was telling him, yeah, you know them. Yeah, she's a
was
senior.
at IA for middle school. Yep.
I was going to say you were at IA, so you know. Yes, she is a senior this year, going to Belmont. I think is she going to Belmont? I think she's going to Belmont to be an architect.
That's amazing.
So anyway, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, when my ones that have seniors, when I remind them how many days, they're like, "Shut up!"
I know.
Shut up. But yeah, we're counting down. It is going like this. It is going so fast. So hang on. And I've got so much to do. There's no way I'm going to get done all the things I want to get done this year.
I never do.
Yeah, you just go, okay. Well, we finished with a full plate.
Yeah.
You know, you finished with a full plate, so that's good. You don't want to get bored. We don't get bored. And so anything we're missing, we're going to have to get Chelsea in here in just a second.
Just one thing, we have our PTO president is Elizabeth Gregory, and she runs the Greenway, and so they're doing a color run.
That's right.
May 23rd, we have a Kreisel team. One of her children goes to Kreisel, so just to support her because she's supported us all year. She was a great PTO president, and I'm hoping you'll stick around next year. But we have a group that's going to participate in the run and just be there for them. And all of her fundraising, it goes to support all of the special education classrooms throughout the county. So
that is
it's a
wonderful.
really great, yes. It's
Great way to end the year.
Yes, and I thought it's the day after report cards. So it's like our last hurrah as a faculty together. So
Very
we're
good.
looking forward to it.
That'll be great. And
a great cause.
where did you say that's taking place?
It's at Travis Price, but
figured
you can
it would
find
be.
it on Facebook. Live the Greenway. Just search that.
Yeah, of course, Greenway, duh. I don't know, because it ends at
Well,
Travis
her
Price.
sister's last name was Green, so
Yes.
that's where it comes from, and I
Yeah.
think they all tied it in. Yeah.
Okay, very good. But that again is on the Saturday after school dismisses, Memorial Day weekend. But what a great way to end the year. Yeah, for sure.
It's only a 5K, so I
There you
plan
go.
to walk.
You can do it. You can do it.
You don't need to train.
I love it. I love it. Now you said your hours at school. Your doors opened at what time?
Our doors open at 6:45, and the tardy bell is 7:15.
So you're tardy.
I am.
You're tardy today.
I'm tardy, but
you came
covered.
to help me. You helped me today. What time do y'all dismiss?
2:15.
2:15. Okay. So y'all and people they go, why do y'all have all these staggered starts and early dismissals and all that? It's because of transportation. Same reason, one of the primary reasons why my field trip is postponing until after EOCs is I don't think they have any. I couldn't get any. I couldn't get any confirmation on transportation for my kids tomorrow, and I was just like, I think we just need to say we just can't do it. So, what do you do? Because I mean, we desperately. I'm sure transportation was there yesterday.
Driving, reach out. I know there's always openings.
After not being able to confirm a bus for my field trip, I'm very seriously considering getting my license this year. So if they can make a bus available to me, I can take some kids home in the afternoon, things like that. Because I drove when my kids went in high school. Because my kids went to Good Pasture. And so, so we were part of that bus program. And so I know in driving a bus, guys, I think it's actually kind of fun. I get a kick out of getting those things to go in and turn. Yeah. And I just really encourage you, teachers, if you're a teacher that has not looked at the very lucrative opportunity, not just to save you in fuel, because you'd be driving a bus to bring kids to school.
That's true.
You won't be paying gas for your car. And also, too, the extra income that it will, help. And I mean, who couldn't use extra income, especially with gas prices, what they are, and things like that. It's a pretty good deal, guys. And my husband was the safety coordinator for buses before he became before he became a criminal justice teacher. And he saw the need, and he was like, I think I'm going to pick up a bus route because they're so shorthanded. So he starts out and drives. Yeah, he takes Coopertown middle school kids, and then he takes a high school load with him, teaches, then gets the Coopertown middles, takes them home, come get some of his high school kids and takes them home. Yeah. So that's his day. And I know one other teacher that's doing something similar, and your schedule's hopping, but your day goes quick, and you meet some wonderful kids, and it's going to keep you young, guys. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. We need drivers. We need transportation. And that's the reason I got into that, because you guys start early and get out early. And that's the reason why, is because we're so short on bus drivers, guys. But anyway, nonetheless, so good to see you.
You too.
God bless you. And tell them all I said that, Hello over at Kreisel, and I'll try to pop in there sometime. And it's a neat little school.
It is.
Very much.
It's very special. And
Amanda Miglore. And are you a doctor or?
Nope.
Okay, I always try to ask that because we do have a lot of our principals
Thought about
that
it,
their
but
doctor. That's a lot.
more student loans.
I know that's hard. Well, God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank
Y'all
you
have
so
a wonderful
much.
finish to your year. Thank you for visiting
All
with
right,
me.
thank you.
And we're going to let Amanda make her way out. You can go ahead. I'm going to keep it live here, and I'm going to do my ad as Chelsea comes in. She is our middle school principal from Greenbrier. So one of my folks coming on in here. Now, I do need to talk about, I am just so excited to bring a new sponsor to the team. It's so funny. Chris Armitrout was in with he came in to talk about VA loans last week, and with Scott Irwin brought him in. And whenever they first started talking, it's Valor Mortgage. I said, "Oh, do you only handle the VA type loans?" He's like, no. He goes, "We handle everything." And I said, "Man, you would be such a good fit for the program," because I said, we've had Barry and Rebecca Richards on. They're our longest running full-time sponsor. And he was like, "I want to do that." I'm like, "Really? Cool." And so we've got Chris as joining us as a full-time sponsor for One Street Over, and we're so thrilled to have him because, and he, sent me some things he just wants to share with you. He says, buying a home, it is one of the biggest decisions you're ever going to make. So you don't want a lender that's going to treat you just like a number. And we all have seen that, where you're a number and then the mortgage company decides to sell your mortgage and it just keeps going down. And you're like, nobody knows and really cares what's going on with me. Well, Valor Mortgage, they want every home buyer to have a team in their corner. They have experienced loan officers. They're working hard to find you the perfect mortgage solution for your life, your budget, all your goals from VA loans, which they do a great job with VA loans. And the things, if you're a veteran and you do not know the benefits that they have for you in VA loans, you really need to give Chris a call right now and find out, because it's pretty lucrative. Same thing with VHA options. They've got conventional and jumbo financing options that they can help you find. They have tools to get you to the closing table for what your goals are. They're not just in the business of mortgages, they're in the business of making home ownership possible for everyone. And you really get that from them when you talk to them. If you're buying your first home, refinancing, investing in your future, Valor Mortgage is ready to serve you. You can call them. Here's a number. Write it down, 615-671-9178. Again, that's 615-671-9178. Or you can go to valor.mortgage, MORTGAGE, to get your pre-approval today. Because when it matters most, you deserve a lender that you can trust. You want to buy with confidence. You can buy with Valor. Valor Mortgage, NMLS number 1210804, DBA of Encore Lending Group. And that again is NMLS 1249911, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval. Rates and terms subject to change without notice, not a commitment to lend. That's the official stuff you got to have in anything like that. Chris says, got to do that part. And so we're so excited to have Chris Armitrout and Valor Mortgage as one of our full-time sponsors here at One Street Over. And hello, Miss Chelsea, one of my Greenbrier girls. How long have you been at Greenbrier Middle?
This is year 4.
Year 4. So where were you? Turn that microphone to where you're talking, like right there. There you go. Perfect. And so where were you before the middle school principal?
So I spent my entire career at Joe Burns High School before this.
Okay.
And I did middle school teaching math and ELA for 12 years, and then got my high school endorsement for ELA and did that for about 2.5 years until the assistant principal spot opened up there. And then I applied for that and was blessed with that opportunity and stayed there until this opportunity came open. And this is year 4 there.
I love it. So what's your favorite part? Total years teaching now. Where are you?
Oh, goodness, I don't know.
Have you done the math?
24, going on 25, I think.
I love it. Did you come right out of college straight into teaching?
I did. I started teaching when I was 21.
God bless. Well, see, that's why I was just talking to Amanda. Very young principal. She's been at it as long as she has. I've got kids in my class that are getting ready to graduate, and they're like, "I'm going to teach." I'm like, "God bless you." Mm-hmm. And people do not realize. They don't realize the commitment. They don't realize the structure. And until you're in a classroom, you really don't get it. I was telling, Muriel Barnett, my friend. Yeah. And I talk to her just about every day. And I called her yesterday. I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. And we just got done with a a talent show. And it was wonderful, but it was absolutely exhausting because it was a lot of hours getting them ready. And she goes, I hate to tell you, but it's going to get worse because you're at the end of the year and everything's so busy. But it's a good tired. I mean, there's a difference when you get to the end of the day and you're just like, oh, I'm worn out. But you look back and you just think about all the fun and the smiles and the accomplishments. Oh man, it's just the coolest thing ever. It's just the coolest thing ever. So anyway, it's good tired. But now, end of the year, how are you guys shaping up to sell on into summer? What all have you got going on?
So right now, our biggest thing that we are preparing for is our Night of the Arts. We always have that in April.
Okay.
And I had seen on Facebook where you all were having the talent show. So I didn't realize that was yours, that you were involved in that, but I did see that where we follow.
It's very different from Arts Nights though, because what our goal is I'm the audio video and I want my kids to have the experience of miking, of doing sound and doing the tech for a show. So this is something that, because a lot of times when you have the Arts Nights, you have the kids that are in theater and art. Well, when they come into my audio video program, I have just kind of a get to know you survey. And one of the questions on there is like, tell me something you do that maybe nobody knows or something that you're super proud of. And I've had several say, well, I play guitar or I sing. And I keep a guitar there and I'll hand it to them. So play something for me. And we ended up finding some kiddos that blew our minds what they can do. One's graduating. We're going to miss him terribly. Aiden Raymer. And then we've got just so many. I'm not going to start naming them because I'll forget some. But I was like, we need to let these kids show off. And then it became something where we could see that, okay, we could do a talent show that we could technically bring to the table. We did a 3-camera shoot, did an extra audio board and all this kind of stuff. Set up quite a extraordinary, we did a recording of it. So, I don't know if it went exactly like we wanted it to, not because the kids didn't do a beautiful job, but just because technology fails you sometimes, so,
Yes, it does.
But to see the kids, I was so tired last night, but I'm thinking back on the kids that just absolutely stole the show. And I had several that just stole the dab blame show. And everybody's like, I didn't know they could do that. And it was just the coolest thing. So the talent show that we did, very different than Arts Night. We have all the Arts Nights. We have the things that Mr. Martin does and Kim Garris does and Miss Willis and all of them that are involved in the arts. And I'm forgetting the other art teacher's name. Forgive me. He's still kind of new to me. His name's escaping me. But the things that we've got a play coming up, the Alice by Heart and all those things. So it's different than what I think you're talking about. So when is your Arts Night?
So ours
I'm sorry, I go down rabbit holes. You know me.
Ours is on April 30th, and it is from 6 to 8. And we have also discovered quite a bit of talent. Of course, we have our band that is going to perform, and that will be a group performance. There may be some solos that pop up there. Same thing with choir. That will be a group performance, and we may have some solos pop up. But where we have found some hidden talent is through Miss Allen's art classes. So she sees every student minus those students that have band and choir. So she sees the majority of our students every year, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade as they flow through. And she picks certain projects that they are going to display for Night of the Arts at the end of the year.
Wonderful.
And this year, she focused a lot on 2 and 3 dimensional. Last year, she focused a lot on clay. So with the 2 and 3 dimensional, she kind of took off with it, and I actually met with Rhonda this week to talk about we have to purchase more items to display. We have so much to display, so we're very happy about that. It's a good problem to have. And so I talked to J.R. Baker. He's going to lend us some material to display, and we have made some purchases to last throughout our future Nights of the Arts, and we are actually going to have to extend it. I haven't talked to the 6th grade teachers yet, but we're going to borrow their hallway, which is our new wing, and you know how long that is. And I believe we're going to have enough displays to fill the majority of that up with just our student art.
Wow.
So we're super excited about that. So we're extending the Night of the Arts program. Again, I feel like we've extended that every single year since we've done that. So we're just going to keep growing that program, and we're really excited about it.
The kids are so excited about it too. You know, I had one of my students yesterday was working on an art project, some painting she was doing, and she was like, "Look at this!" She was so excited when they discovered. I have an adult friend of mine. I'm not going to call her out here, but she discovered that she could paint. You know, I don't know how old she is. I think she's in her 40s, but she discovered she could paint. And it's just so beautiful and brilliant. And when you can find that out early on, I think we forget in our early education in this country, you did it all. You touched it all. And we all have within us artistic ability, but you have to find the right person to bring it out and to say, you can do this. Oh, look, do it this way. And it's just, my husband likes to say, he goes, eating with a spoon's real easy, but somebody's got to show you how to do it. That's true. So all these things that artists and musicians find that are so easy, if they can just teach one little thing to somebody that plants a seed and go, oh, I can do this. Oh, it's so brilliant to see what they do. So anyway, can I bring you like excerpts of the talent show to show some of your eighth graders that are coming into freshmen?
Yes, please
I'd like them to see it because I want them. We're going to do we do 2 talent shows a year now.
Okay.
And we do a fall one just as soon as we get back to school because I try to keep it out of the way of everything else. And so this one is the one that we just did is right after spring break because we got to get out of the way of the play. Mm-hmm. And the one coming back from summer, we're going to have tryouts first couple of weeks of school.
Okay.
And the talent show will probably be the last week of September. So if they're coming into the high school freshman year, they need to know if they want to try out with the talent show because we're going to need them to work on their acts this summer. And, we don't want them. I tell many kids, I had an incoming freshman girl last year and she wasn't quite ready, but you know what? She was for the spring show and she did fabulous. And so, but if you've got some budding talent coming out of the 8th grade, let them know we have a talent show to get ready. And we'd love to put them on stage and I'd love for them to know throughout their entire high school careers, hey, so-and-so can do this. Did you know this one? Because you don't know unless you give them a place to show up and show out,
So are they just singing? What all talent do you all showcase? Okay.
Anything. We so far it's all been musical, vocal, and instrumental. I'd love to have a comedian. That's
comedy. What I was wondering if there had been any comedians yet.
I love comedy, and I think Leanne Morgan should inspire you all because she is an Adams girl, and she is famous worldwide now. She's going to be bigger than any. I'm so excited for her. So excited for that old Robertson County girl to be doing, and that should inspire you. And then we've got Nate Bargatze too. And I'm sorry, I just knocked over my drink. We've got Nate Bargatze who is just up the street in Old Hickory. Same story. Mm-hmm. He is a local guy that is a comedian that they've cleaned it up, and it's just so nice. So I'd love to have a comedian, but we do have very gifted guitar players, extraordinarily gifted guitar players. We've got drummers. We got a drummer that's just phenomenal. And again, I'm not going to start calling names. And vocalists, just amazing vocalists, because we can do tracks. That's the thing. It's very different than what we do just in the arts because I've had some of them say, well, can I dance? It's like, you absolutely can dance. Come on, bring out a dance routine. But so far, I haven't had any that have just brought it and had it ready to present. So, just piano solos, anything. But they do have to try out because we want them to be ready. I told them, I said, I want you, when you're on, I don't want you to come away embarrassed. I want you to be ready, and I want you to be like, I did that. And not get the intimidation of maybe it didn't go well and then never do it again, so I'm real big on that. So we'll tell them, say, hey, wait till the next show. Let's try it again. So we've got several that haven't quite gotten there yet, but we're working with them and encouraging them. So we'll do this in practice. So yeah. So you've got some people in mind, don't you?
Well, I do. My wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Because in Tara Ragland's class, which I think we talked about her last year, she's our career teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so just talked to her this week. She was telling me about some projects that they've been working on. I haven't got to see them yet, but she has had them to write And really, they've been writing raps, the most of them have. And they have performed this and have been recording this in her class.
Nice.
And so my wheels are turning because I'm thinking that would be, and it just happened this week. So if you could send that over, that would be a great time for us to show them this.
Yes.
And then start pumping that out for them to get ready to come to you.
Okay, we've got some editing to do on it because, like I said, we did a 3-camera shoot, separate audio, and we're trying to bring all that together. So it'll probably be next week before we'll have a package to send out because and I say students are doing this. They're wanting to take and break it down into this is this person's act. We'll break it down in acts rather than because it's an hour and a half show. So break it down into different, things. So this student can have her act and maybe the other, you know what I'm saying? So we're breaking it down like that. But yeah, that's really cool. I love that. But we'll definitely send you some stuff because that's one thing. These kids are coming into high school and we want them to be ready. We don't want them to be freaked out. We want them to be excited about, I'm going to try for the talent show, or I'm going to try out for basketball. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be on this team. And that's one thing that they do athletically. They do look into the 8th grade and say, okay, who's coming along? Well, we need to do that in the arts. We need to do that in all of our CTE classes as well. And we try to do that when we have our winter event that is it's the open house for freshmen that are coming in. And we do that, but there's so much, there's so much trying to get it all out there. And I never really thought about presenting the talent show at that freshman mixer that we do, and I'll do that next year because I hadn't even thought about that. But we're going down all kinds of rabbit holes. I tell you what, let me think about all the things we haven't talked about that you need to talk about. A couple of things. What are you most proud of? What kind of job openings do you have? End of year things. We talked about the arts nights. Anything else that might be happening? How things are shaping up for your TCAP testing. All of those things, but let me talk about my friends Barry and Rebecca.
Okay.
You got to hear me talk about Valor, but we're going to talk about the other side of this, and that's the folks going to help you find the property. If you go and talk to Barry and Rebecca, they're going to say, okay, you're buying. How much home can you buy? Have you gotten pre-qualified? Well, that's when you go back and talk to Valor. You go talk to Chris and the lending experts there. Because if you don't know how much home you can buy, you're going to get your heart broke, guys, if you don't know on the front end how much home you can buy, and then when you come to the table, you'll be ready to go. There's a property right now. There is a historic home in Cedar Hill that I'm just seeing this, and no. Actually, I'm looking at the wrong thing here, guys. The wrong thing popped up. Pardon me for a second. Anyway, at Barry and Rebecca Richards, they do handle a lot of historic properties. And if that's something you want, I have a friend of mine. She moved to this area to buy a historic home. And if you're specifically wanting something historic, you can tell them, say, when one of the homes in the historic district and one of the any of them come up available, please let me know, and they'll do that. I've had Barry and Rebecca keeping an eye on property at the top of the hill from where my farm is, just simply because I want some road frontage up there, so one of my kids can come up and maybe build a house up there, and so just things like that. So if you've got your eye on something, maybe you're not quite ready to come to the table, but you're kind of anticipating what you might be looking for, you can talk to them about that, and they'll keep an eye out for it, and they'll let you know. Because one thing's for sure, Barry and I talk a lot about when is it a good time to buy? And he says today, any day, because when interest prices are high, that means housing prices are lower. If interest rates go down, housing prices go up. It just balances each other out. So it's always a good time to come to the table, find out what you can pre-qualify for, talk to them about what you're looking for, and they will help you find your dream home, guys. Absolutely. There's a lot of properties out there right now. It's real friendly for the buyers because there are a lot of things out there, but it's going to heat up really quick. After spring break, people are looking. I've got several students that are moving. And so people will move in the summer because they don't want to interrupt their kids' school year. So that's what ends up happening. So definitely reach out to them today. You can go to sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or buy BUYRobertsonCounty.com. Remember, Barry is the marketer of the bunch. He will make sure your property is seen in the absolute best light. They'll get you a free market analysis so you make sure you're pricing your home right to get into the market and to get those buyers looking at it and to be interested in your property. The phone number to call them, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425 or 7424. Google them. You'll find unique social media pages. You will find everything you need to know about them and all the listings that they have going on. Reach out to them today. Sellwithbecky.com, sellwithbecky.com, or robertscounty.com, and let them know U-Turn sent you. All right, so we're talking about all things middle school and the things that are going on here at the end of the year. And Trelstad, how do you say your last name?
That's right.
Mm-hmm. I sometimes you look at it and it looks different, but this is our principal at Greenbrier Middle, Miss Chesley Trelstad. And do you have your doctorate?
I do not.
Okay. I always have to ask because I can't remember who all does, and I sure don't have mine. I don't even have my master's. My husband has his master's, and he loves to hold that over me. But anyway, nonetheless, I just want to make sure and acknowledge it if you do. But what is it that you have going on here at the end of the year and through the summer school, all those kinds of things? What is that looking like for you guys?
So we are right now taking applications for our summer learning camp.
Right.
So that we have a link that is digital, that is on our Facebook page, that has been sent out on our family email. I sent a separate email about that, and then many of our teachers have sent that out on their reminds that they have.
Gotcha.
So anyone that wants that opportunity for their student, that is open to any student, and that runs for a couple of weeks throughout the summer. All of the dates, all of the times, and everything would be on that post that we have sent out. And then if they cannot locate any of that, if they don't use technology or anything like that, they can call our front office, and Miss Stephanie will help them to get signed up for that. So that's an awesome opportunity for our students to continue their learning and making sure they're staying sharp with things throughout the summer.
Very good. And what grades are at the middle school?
So we have 6th through 8th.
6th through 8th. 6th through 8th. And what is the timeline on summer school?
It's going to start running in June, and I think we're doing 4 days a week this time.
Okay.
And that has been a little different it's a little different than what it has been in the past. So the schedule is a little more complicated as far as the dates, but they are all out there and posted. I don't have them in front of me, or I'd give them to you exactly.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And it's one of those things that a lot of families tap into that because sometimes the kids just need a little edge. And just to get them up there and just to help them out. So y'all are hosting then. Because that's one.
We're not sure if it's going to be in our building yet. That depends on numbers. So
Gotcha.
we have shared building with the high school. So it just depends on the number of students that we have sign up. We're hoping that we have it in our building and that you all have it in your building.
Gotcha.
And that way we can have more students. So the more students, the better. Also in ours, we do a lot of cool activities. They do have physical activity. You know, I think kids sometimes think, I don't want to go sit in my summer and just, sit in a desk and work. So we have physical activities. We do reading, math. We do some intervention for those students that are having gaps that need that extra help. And then we also do a STREAM program where there's a lot of science, hands-on experiments and things like that. So there's some really cool activities that they can do, really fun. We always have very energetic teachers. The teachers fight over who gets to work it. So they want to work it. They want to be there. And so we have to have them apply and go through that process. But they're already sending me emails. When can I apply? When can I apply?
Yeah.
So, and of course, the number of students determines the number of teachers that we have.
Of course. And there's a lot of people like me. I do radio all through the summer, and I need a schedule. I thrive on a schedule. And when you give me too much time off, I'm like, I got to have structure and I've got to have a schedule. But I am looking forward to summer, though, this year. I am looking forward to summer. I've got some projects I got to work on. So what else have you got here at the end of the year? You've got the arts nights. Now, what else have you got as far as unpacking it all the way up to the end of school? Anything special that you need people to know about?
Well, we have, right now, we are doing our scheduling for next year. And one thing that I would like to put out there is for our 5th grade students that are coming in. We've already sent band and choir and some of our athletics over to our feeder schools to go ahead and have them express interest. We've already started doing some tryouts. All of that is sent to the feeder schools, also posted on our Facebook page. But we are needing some interest in band and choir. So if anyone has any students that are coming to Greenbrier Middle School that are interested in taking band and choir, our numbers are looking pretty low. And I don't know if that's because maybe we're asking for that information a little earlier. So we are going to do a second run of sending that out. And we do have an online form for that as well. So if we do have any incoming 5th grade, coming for 6th grade next year, we would love to have them in our our programs. And if they can't access that form again, they can just call our front office, and Miss Stephanie will get them into contact with who they need to be in contact with.
Is that something that they can adjust for whenever they get into school and they're like, oh, yeah, I do want to do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think you find a lot of that. That's one of the things we have found because of the talent show. We've got these kids that have these extraordinary talents nobody knew about, and now we've got a bunch of kids involved in the theater production that have never done it before. And they get these friendships going, and anything they do, it's like, oh, I play guitar. Well, I play piano. I sing. I this. And they start making these friendships, and then the next one's like, well, have you ever thought about being in the play? And you, that's how you get these kids involved in this stuff. And I was talking with Miss Willis, our theater director, and she's definitely seen an influx of kids that have never been in theater. One of the kids that's singing one of the big songs, he's one of them that in the fall, his friend goes, you need to get him to sing because this is a big old tall boy. He goes, his voice is beautiful, Miss Vivio. I was like, come here, young man, let me hear you sing. And he's in the play now. And I mean, you just love seeing those stories, but yes, get them, whatever we can do to help those fifth graders go, come on.
Right. Get them involved in something when they come over to us. That makes that transition so much easier. Something else that we're very excited about for next year that will affect our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. This is back to Miss Ragland's class and Coach Burton's class. So Coach Burton is our health teacher, and then Tara Ragland is our career teacher.
Right.
So Mr. Gregory, over career and technical education, I'm sure you know him very well. He has been reaching out to me since being at Greenbrier and talking about expanding our CTE program at the middle school level. And, we have done that through some of our computer classes across the county, some of our career classes across the county, but just looking at, he has money that he can support us with this through grants and things of that nature. And so he has asked, is there anything we would like to do? So Ms. Ragland and Coach Burton put their heads together, and Coach Burton found a grant for a greenhouse that is outside of what Mr. Gregory can do with us, and she was granted that. And so we started looking at greenhouse and what can we do with that. And her class already does some cooking. We do that through nutrition and health and all of that, and wrap that in. They actually do grilled cheese Fridays for the teachers, where we can order grilled cheese and the students cook them and bring them to us. It's wonderful. And so she and Miss Ragland got together, and Miss Ragland thought, well, I would like to expand the cooking, and if you could do some of the growing of vegetables and such, then we could do some of the cooking. So they came up with a plan and met with Mr. Gregory, and then he came and met with me, and he is actually, it's already in the works, already approved. He is actually helping us with the greenhouse to add to that grant money. And then what we're super excited about is we are getting a mobile kitchen that we are putting in our old cafeteria. So we've moved our faculty lounge around. We've already started getting some of our furniture for that. We've got a big fridge coming as a delivery. We're going to install a sink. We just now have our prep stations right now, so we haven't really got into the cooktops and things like that.
That's exciting.
So all of that we will be doing next year. So we will start into that, and that will be something more that we can offer, and the kids will get that experience, which will feed into high school with with culinary and with agriculture and all of that. So we're trying to expose them to more and more and more, so that when they do come over to you all, they have an idea of what they want to do. So we're very excited about that.
That's super exciting. Now, you say mobile kitchen. Does that mean you can take it other places if you need to?
So it will roll, and we can take it to other places. Of course, you would have to have the power and things there where you move it to.
Generator.
So, but we have it. We ask for it to be mobile, so that as they're doing the different stages of cooking, we can roll those prep stations. Like if they want a bigger one to work in a group, or if they want 5 stations with 5 different things being prepped, they can do that. So
very versatile. Yeah, I love that.
Really excited.
Exciting, fun stuff. But again, that just goes back to where we were talking about feeding the arts. The same thing. You're feeding ag. And, I know that Mr. Parks and Miss Harden, they're excited about that because they got their greenhouse across the way that the kiddos can see. I just love all this. I mean, I love that our schools are so close together, too.
I do, too.
They're just right there. And that is so convenient. Of course, I have all my music kids going, that middle school theater is more acoustically pleasing and, different things like that. We could do a show over at the middle school, and maybe we'll bring something over there and kind of tease it. That wouldn't be a bad idea, is to bring a piece of the show to you guys sometime to say, hey, this is what we're doing. Ooh, all these ideas.
Well, and we used to do that at Joe Burns because, of course, we were blessed with everybody being in the same building. And so the high school drama department would do like an in-school play for the middle school students to get them interested. So that is an opportunity that we could do.
All these
And,
things
you know, we have all of this time coming up, right?
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
TCAP, not before TCAP. We got to stay on that.
Yeah, exactly. Before we wrap up, now tell me, as far as career fair stuff yesterday, do you have some things that you're just saying, hey, I need this? Because that's one thing I was talking with Amanda about, how that, and we're out of time here, but let's real quickly get this. I was talking with Amanda about how that the Grow Your Own is only through 5th grade. So how are you as far as placements, retirements, and things like that? Openings? Are you going to have some openings that you're looking to fill?
So currently, we don't have anyone retiring this year.
well, that's good.
So that's good. But we are in dire need of math teachers, and I think that's across the county.
District, yeah.
So we have had a vacancy all year this year that, and we're looking for the right fit. We are blessed with an academic coach and a lead interventionist that do teach a period each.
Yeah.
Of course, talking about end of the year tired, they are very tired doing 2 jobs at once. So that is the thing that we need the most. And we are also needing and have an opening right now for a special ed assistant in our CDC classroom. So actually have an interview for that today. So
there you go.
but if anyone is interested in that, both of those jobs are already posted on the Robertson County website, and we would welcome anyone to apply, and we'll set up some interviews.
Well, and what time do y'all start?
Our doors open at 7:25. We start at 7:55, and dismissal starts at 2:55.
Okay, so you're just right there around us.
I think 5 minutes difference,
5 minutes
maybe.
difference is all. Very good. Part of my Greenbrier Bobcat family, Miss Chesley Trelstad.
Stad.
Stad.
And it's Chesley instead of
Chesley.
Chelsea. S before the L. Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry, but
It's okay. It's a difficult one for sure.
But anyway, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks for
Thank you
having me.
much. And I know Lee Marie's ready to get in. I was kind of stalling because she said she was running a little behind. I thought, well, I got more time. But then she comes popping in.
Yep,
There
I
you
think
go.
she's here.
And so you go, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will see you at Greenbrier.
Yes, and
God bless
make
you.
sure you send me the stuff for the
I
talent
will.
show.
Oh, I absolutely will. Absolutely. Thank you so much. You too. And love visiting with my Robertson County principals. That's what we do on the first Wednesday. And now Lee Marie is going to continue with, we did this on Monday and Tuesday, talking about all the things going on for Holy Week, Easter. She's going to be talking to some of the local pastors. She's got Jason Royalty coming in from South Haven, Abby Pratt coming in from Grace. We talked with Patrick Nix yesterday from Llewellyn. We talked with David Evans on Monday from Springfield Baptist. Don't forget Holy Week luncheons happening noon today at Springfield Baptist. There'll be one today and tomorrow. Different ones hosting. I saw where you put up a post about one.
Monday and Tuesday. They're
Yes,
great.
wonderful. I'm in school, so I can't go, but y'all can pray for all of us while we're there. And just what a wonderful thing. So many wonderful things going on for Easter. So I'm going to tag out and let my sweet friend Lee Marie come in here for another full hour of local programming. It's all about the Savior, Resurrection Week, Holy Week, all the things. That's what we're focusing on. And so stick around. You're going to hear more about it right here on 1100 WSGI. Stay tuned for stay tuned for the Go Show. I couldn't get my words out.